I wasn't really sure what's my offer. What do I have? Am I actually offering something that's worth to other companies, or because I'm targeting companies? And I also kind of had a discussion in Utopia, like basically we said like video content is something that is very valuable, or people are interested in, or basically you can make a lot of money in it. But the things or the experience so far didn't really seem like it. Basically every single one that contacted me was like, what's your price? And if the price was higher than someone else, which there's always someone who's gonna do it for cheap, and it was a little bit discouraging. And now I'm trying actually to figure out. I mean, I haven't totally figured out what I'm supposed to do next, but I have some ideas. And basically, again, I mean, I still think there is potential with offering video content, and I just need to package the offer a little bit better. So basically, the whole thing is packaging your offer like it's supposed to be. The irresistible offer that everyone talks about.
Of course.
Yeah, but in my case, it's a little bit difficult to do that, because I don't produce instant results.
Okay.
For example, if you run ads, you can more or less what you can expect. But in my case, I'm not sure.
Brother, let me be honest with you.
Yeah.
Fully honest. There is always the factor that's called testing. So basically, I need to be sure that your video or your sales letter or whatever converts for me. And that usually takes 1, 2, 3, 4 videos or even more, because you don't know how it is. You don't know if, like, you need at least 2, in my opinion. The other thing is that from my point of view, it's there are, how should I say, there's a lot of competition with AI. And I don't want to say oversaturated, because I don't like that. So I think how you can win over your market is by putting out your own offer. Like, your offer, I think in this case, is very, very important to put yourself above the crowd. That's the thing. And of course, working and working on a project for 3 hours takes more time than just generating a video. Like then that website that I sent in on Utopia, like, they can create in 1 minute 10 different videos. And not only that, they have also a caption that is already SEO optimized. And it's hard. But I think, like, the grind is worth it, man. I think on the long run, it's so worth it. But, like, need to stand out with an offer.
When you mentioned AI, there was actually someone from Utopia who contacted me and wanted me to make AI videos or something like that, and basically asked me, "Do you have experience? Do you know how to make videos with AI?" No, actually, he asked me, "Are you using AI to make videos?" I was like, "No, but I mean, I had experience working with AI, and basically the videos that were generated were terrible, and I do it manually, and I do a better job." And then he insisted on talking about like can you use this program, that program? Look, I told him it doesn't
man.
really matter. It doesn't really matter what I can use. Tell me what's your problem, what kind of problem you want me to solve, and I will solve it. It doesn't matter if I use CapCut or or Premiere Pro or whatever tool out there. But for the most part, these are the type of clients that I get, or messages that I get. They've done a quick research on the internet, found a thing or two, but it's different if you have, like me, experience both in marketing, in photography, and also in video editing.
Yes, 100%.
And it's you need to, so basically you need to educate them, and this is why it's really important to create content, but this is on the long run.
Maybe they are also afraid that they pay you and you generate with AI. That's one thing. As for me as a customer, I would ask myself, man, if I pay this guy that makes quite similar videos that dozens of AI websites, what if he uses one of that? He just downloads it, puts it in his program, and just makes a little thing, you know? So I don't know if there's nothing wrong about that, but I think that they just want it to be fully self-made, and in this case maybe just offer them that you live stream and you just
No, in this case, they actually want me to use AI. The opposite.
okay, like what you said.
Um,
I would be the type that if I pay a video guy for something, then I want it to be like fully personalized without AI, because I can use AI by myself.
um, okay, so about AI, thing is that it's definitely gonna get better and better, and it's gonna impact video editing quite a lot. That's some of the forecasts for this next year. So it's kind of a trend. At the moment, you have some pretty good. Well, actually, I am actually using some AI tools to help me with video editing, but still, at the end of the day, I'm the one who programs the AI and gives
Of
them.
course, you are the brain, you are the creative part of it, you know.
Yes. So, the thing that I see in the future that's gonna decrease in in demand would be for simple edits. Like if you need me just to cut a video, then it's that's not gonna be like a highly paid job, because there's already an AI tool that can do that for you. But on the other hand, basically where I come in, basically where my offer is better than just a simple editing, is that I'm also offering like script writing and basically try to take most of the creative process out of the to do it on my own for the customer. So I think that's kind of a added value, because at the moment, if you try to do that with an AI, I've tried to do that with for my own content, and it performed terribly. So I would not suggest at the moment using AI for making content. That's what I see as a pretty good offer. But the thing is, there are some companies that don't have like even 5 minutes to create content. So I'm also trying to figure out how I can solve this issue as well.
You like saving time in your, or like
Okay.
mentioning that
So the process is such. We start by I would sit down with the client. I would do first of all I need to understand their business, how they
Sure.
operate, what they're doing, what's their brand, and around that I need to brainstorm some ideas with the client. And let's say we can do this like in one session, 1 hour per month, so that we come up with some ideas about content. And based on those ideas, then my copywriter would create. My copywriter first is gonna do some research, gonna find out which topics are interesting to create content around, and based on that research, gonna create some scripts. The scripts are sent to the client. I consult the client on how to film this
Then
scripts, which is something also kind of important. I thought, I mean, of course, I was gonna do this, but I noticed that this should be said explicitly so that it's covered also in the offer. And the film, like, it would take, I don't know, maybe one full day to, or maybe even less, maybe 4 hours per month to record basically all the videos. And then they sent me back the footage. I edit the footage and send it back for them to post it on social media. Maybe okay. So also maybe
concept is nice. The concept is nice, and
okay,
it's really, really good because you focus yourself around the brand.
yeah.
But how do you want to put all of this process into like in offer? Because the offer needs to be like prompt. That's the thing, in my opinion, and that's said all over Utopia. And other marketers say that, especially if you write to someone in a cold email, they have like they need to write it to see it, you know. They don't want to see like a whole process, everything what you've done. So we need to find, like, you need to find, and I want to help you, a smart way to put this in a prompt offer. Like, I don't know, for
Okay, so
example.
I
Yeah.
have an idea. The idea is like okay, so I described all of the steps, and probably, I mean, this would be written in my on my website, and also I would make a VSL in which I would describe all of this process.
Mhm.
But for the customer, I would stress that okay, just to address these missing pieces in my offer, which is like I can't be on location with them. I can't film. I can't film them, and this is a little bit. This is the challenge. So it can't be like totally done for you. It has to be like done with you.
Mhm.
Uh, so to address this is basically I'm gonna stress that I'm looking for clients that are interested in actively working on their brand. They're interested in producing content, and that the benefit that they're getting is basically exposure and the inbound leads that would come from
Mhm.
creating this kind of content. And I got yesterday I was doing some research and found some numbers like give me a second. And so here numbers. 75% of people watch video online every day. 77% of people watch videos online every week. 57% of consumers want to see more video content from their brands they support. 72% of customers prefer to learn about a product through video. Viewers retain 95% of a message when they watch in a video, compared to 10% when reading in text. Marketers who use video tend to grow 49% faster than non-video users. So these are some interesting statistics that I found yesterday while I was researching.
And I think this is where your offer should be around, by telling them how they can benefit from you. You know, like, okay, your service, okay, but they cannot, as video editor, they cannot know like everything what you try to explain, what you do for them. So maybe just try to put it in your way how they can benefit from it. You know, and I think that's the better way. You know, like, for example, a lead generation agency would write, I will generate your company 50,000 no, sorry, I will get your company 50 new customers in 3 weeks, otherwise you don't pay, for example.
So what would you suggest it would be in my case? This is something that I really struggle with.
For example, try to put it like, I don't know, like, I will get your company exposure through strategies, the video content strategies, for example. I will gain your brand exposure. I will give your brand, or I will help your brand grow, or I will.
But still, we are missing that. Whenever I'm thinking about this, I try to replicate, like, if it's a lead generation, basically how many leads I'm gonna give you, or how many, quantifiable number or something. Yeah. And again, this is also a question: should I actually be thinking about this, or basically?
I think that you should get talking about numbers, that you should make, maybe for your first client, make a pack that would be helpful. For example, 2 different videos to see which one performs better for them. Like
okay, so basically what I plan on doing is, actually, for each video I would ask the client to record 3 different hooks, and first I will test these 3 hooks. The one that works best is gonna be the one that we are gonna use for the final video.
Okay, how do you want to test these hooks? With what? With analytics, or you want to make, maybe your like a case study would be helpful in this case, you know?
Okay, so if it's for Instagram, then there is this new tool that allows you to do some A/B testing or something like that. I'm not sure how many creatives you can test at once, but I mean,
to not overthink it, just show them the resources of other brands that are in their niche, and how, like, maybe they have also video sales letters, or like video content in general, and you just find yourself the best video there in what they want, and just put this as a reference that other ones did it as well.
Yeah, but you don't really know the numbers. I mean, you can only perhaps see how many views they got, but
views, likes. Very important on Instagram is video engagement. There are plenty of websites which shows you if the followers they have actually correspond their engagement rate. So that's very important thing. So if they have a lot of comments, that's usually a good sign, but those comments needs to be related to what's in those videos. Because if they have 20,000 views and 3 comments, then it's
Yeah.
1000% sure that those views are bought just to yeah. So just watch out for the maybe I can give you the website instead. Engagement rate. So there is an engagement rate calculator. Actually, that's very good. I'm gonna send it over to you. So here's the engagement rate calculator. So this one looks for how many followers, and how is that related to not bots, real likes, real comments, real views, and how is that standing in front of how many followers they have.
Yeah.
So that might be maybe helpful. That's what I would do.
Wanted to say something else. Okay, so basically the offer is gonna be around this kind of statistics that
Yeah.
that I can find. Also, someone actually gave me this idea. I mean, I'm also pretty active in the video editing community. So basically, whenever someone new starts working or editing videos, and of course, there will be a lot of unknowns, and they would need help or basically someone to critique their work, and I typically respond and critique, give advice how they can improve, and
That's my point.
and it's really interesting that of course when you do something like that you get a lot of positive feedback, like thank you very much for helping me, and thank you for taking the time and listing all the steps that I need to improve. And what I did is yesterday I went through all of those comments and took screenshots of them. So basically, I'm thinking about using this as social proof to show them.
Sure, why not? Of course, I have screenshots of chats too. Like, I mean, I even have a screenshot right now from how I made my first followers, like first 100 or 200 followers, because I was selling Twitter growth courses to people who just started out, to brands who just started out on Twitter. So it's a very good thing. It's a very good thing. So yeah, this is like the one thing is targeting the brands, and the other thing is like targeting the newcomers, right?
Okay, so
Or newcomers, like people who were like you 10 years ago, who just started to, because I see here two markets, from my opinion.
Okay, go ahead and I'll comment.
I see two markets. The one, the companies that needs video content, and the other one, that people that need to learn how to edit videos, and that might be videos about anything, not especially related to companies. So that's what I wanted to say.
Okay, so in my case, I'm not actually looking at other video editors as I don't as potential clients.
Okay,
but I mean, I don't think they have that big of a purchasing power. I mean, of course, I can find a way to monetize it, but I don't see a lot of money in there. But instead, what I see there is actually like an investment. So basically, sooner or later, when I grow my agency, I would need other editors to help me out, because I don't plan on editing like forever. The big idea is to actually create a full service marketing agency. So I'm more interested in doing the strategic work and things like that. So definitely I would need to hire some video editors. And this way, I think, is the best way to source them. Like when you work with a bunch of people, you see how they react, you see how they learn, you see their progress. And so I've been like talking with, I've been mentoring, kind of sort of mentoring some,
Sure.
yeah, some video editors. And basically, if tomorrow I have 2 more clients or something like that, and I can't edit on my own, definitely I'm not even gonna post like I'm looking for a video editor. I'm gonna go directly to some people that I already know and basically give them the work or take them under my wing. And also at this stage, not in this stage, but as I'm growing the company, I'm interested in taking people and actually teaching them in a specific direction, so that they become experts in this particular thing, which is also later on gonna help with my company.
So the way I see things, the way like you are, how should I say, a multitasking guy. Like marketing, video editing, a few stuff about like everything.
Yeah.
And I find myself in that. And when you are in this position, it's very hard to focus on one thing. And that's true. And that's not a lot. Something not many people understand.
But this is a good thing if you're trying to build a business. As an entrepreneur, you have to have all these skills, which it was kind of funny. I don't know if, you're probably not logging on to Twitter very often.
Not so
But
much, actually.
yeah,
But I'm working on something else. I'm gonna tell you.
so I don't know if you know the cold email wizard or something like that.
Of course, I know him.
Yeah. So basically, he dropped a video how to make $1 million relatively fast or something like that.
Sure.
And basically, at the beginning, I thought it was a joke video or something like that. But as I was listening, okay, so this is kind of serious. And basically, what he described or talked about in the video was that it's not enough to have one high value skill, because okay, so video editing. Now what? you need to find clients. You need to know sales. You need to know copywriting. You need to create content. You need to have all these skills in order to make the business. And also, speaking about entrepreneurship, you have to be flexible. You need to, when things get tough, and they are basically, most of the time they are tough.
Quoted like that. That's true.
So you need to be innovative. You need to find solutions. You need to when there is some challenge, you need to find like a solution for the challenge, which was interesting. I was working with one client, and so basically we've created a bunch of content in advance, and something happened. We were not able to continue filming for a certain period of time or something like that. And basically, the client wrote me like, maybe we should post a little bit less so that we have enough content. And we
Okay.
were posting like 3 times per week, which is the bare minimum. So
Yes. Yeah.
so if you want me, so basically, okay, you have this situation. The right question to ask in this kind of situation is how we can create more content. We can't film the regular content that we are used to doing, but
Mhm.
the question is, what can we do to create or find some other ways that we can create content, not decrease content. So basically, the successful entrepreneurs are those who find solutions in when they find themselves in tough situations.
Man, but that's the truth, honestly. I'm telling you, when I was at my worst, I had the best ideas. That's okay. When you are at your best, you put out very good content as well, of course. When you're at your best, you're rocking it. But I think from personal experience, maybe, I don't know, but when I was at my worst, the content was different.
For me, the content is when I am in my worst. The content is okay. So I tried to make one video, and actually I've made a bunch of videos, but because I'm tired and all of these things, and
For you, it's
you
different because
notice in the videos, you notice the vibe, you notice that
Mhm.
at least I notice. I don't know how others perceive it, but
Yes.
yeah.
Yes. I think that when you are in writing, specialized on writing, then it's different to put out content when you are not at your best. But in such video editing where you need to like be creative and everything, it's, I think, a little bit harder to really concentrate and be creative when you have other stuff going on in your mind.
But
So that's
also, if you are in front of in front of a camera,
course.
you need. I mean, at least this is my perception. I need to portray a positive energy, be energetic, and things like that. And I noticed when I was filming this content, I wasn't. It was really hard to stay like positive and energetic. But yeah,
So when are you gonna start cold DM or sending emails out, rather?
first thing on Monday.
On Monday at 7 a.m. is the first thing what I'm gonna do.
Ask me which Monday.
Yeah, that
No,
depends.
okay. So basically now I have more or less the idea what I need to do. Basically, I need to create like a funnel or something like that, and it starts with a lead magnet. And the idea was, actually, I did a poll on Twitter, but most of my followers are video editors, so, and
Mhm.
they're pretty much, basically, I've asked them, what kind of a giveaway are you interested in? And typically they are interested in getting free assets and things like that. Now I
Okay.
noticed some of them, to do this, they would go to the asset libraries, the ones that you need to pay for. They would
Okay.
download some content and they would give it for free, which, yeah, it's not really ethical, or I don't know if it's even legal. It's not legal. So I'm not interested in doing things like that. so I wanted to do something else. And one of the things that I'm probably best at is talking about theory, but it seems like people weren't really. I mean, there was some interest. Some people wanted theory, and the others were kind of split between to give them websites where they can find resources or tools for editing, and the others were interested in tips and tricks to help them with editing. The
Very
reason why,
smart way, by the
yeah,
way.
sorry,
Very smart way to ask your followers what they're interested in. I support
yeah.
that 100%.
Trouble is, my followers are my competitors, so it's not my target audience. So I don't know how.
I think it's the same for anyone. That's why you need to send them emails.
What do you mean?
When you specialize into something, it's usually the case that you attract people that want to learn from you.
Okay.
It's hard to like, that's basically your targeted audience, but it's not, but you cannot change the fact that when you post video content or how to's or talk about video stuff, that you also attract those type of people. So I would ask myself the question, like, what's the point of it, to entertain or to give out free information, especially to my followers who are my competitors. So that's one step that needs to be watched and looked through.
Okay. So the idea for doing this poll was a little bit different. Basically, I wanted to do this for my lead magnet, to figure out what to do, how to create my lead magnet, which I'm not really sure if I am gonna get a reliable data from this poll. But also what you're talking about, yeah, there was this idea that you attract followers, competitors, and basically you kind of support each other. So basically you support each other's content. They comment on your stuff, you comment on theirs, you like, share, blah 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 blah, and you do these giveaways in order to attract even more of this type of people profiles. And what happens is that because you get so many people interacting with your stuff, then your profile gets bigger visibility. So when someone is interested in hiring you as an editor, then they are more likely to see you. That's the idea.
Okay.
Now, on the other hand, now you have this issue that you're marketing to video editors, and pretty much now everyone is doing this. And it's a little bit difficult to stand out. So you have to find another way. Besides,
found focus, right? What you say, like, you want to attract the businesses with your profile. That's why you see it as a good strategy to attract, first of all, more video editors that comment and are active on your stuff. But what happens after?
okay,
Like,
so here's actually the idea, or how I see or how to create this funnel, or I'm not even sure if I can call it like a funnel or whatever. So basically, the idea is to create this lead magnet, and in the lead magnet, I would give information that businesses can use to create content on their own. So basically everything they need in order to create content on their own. Then from there, from the lead magnet, which probably is going to be something like an ebook, or probably an ebook. From there, I would drive them to a free call consultation, like let's say 15 to 30 minutes consultation, free of course, where we can discuss some of the things they can improve. So basically all of this is to actually give them to see that I'm experienced and that I am easy to work with, or basically providing value even before they make a purchase. And then the idea is you should not be creating content on your own. You should hire an expert, because first of all, you can't replace all this knowledge in 1 month, 2 months, or whatever amount of time you've learned to do video editing. That's the first thing. And the second thing is you need to think about growing your business and not spending your time video editing. Video editing is very time consuming. If you really want to make a really good edit, then once you have a template, it takes at least like 5 hours to edit. So, and if you're not experienced, then this could take a lot more. And if it takes less, then probably the videos are not that good. And of course, this means they're not engaging. So basically, the idea is you shouldn't be video editing. You should be focusing on your business. Leave the video editing job to an expert. And this is actually, even for me as a video editor, basically the next step. I mean, as soon as my business takes off, or at least I start making money in order to survive the month, I would also need a video editor to edit my content. Because if you are running a business, you should be focusing on your business and not video editing. Simple as that. What do you think?
That's right. That makes sense, everything. And it's well, just the part with the where you said like you're gonna teach them how to make content on their own. Why do they need you after that if you teach them, you know?
Because they don't have, they shouldn't spend time on video editing. They should spend time on their business.
Fair. But let's say I am your client, right? Okay. You teach me how to make video content on my own.
Yeah.
I do not have time, but I for sure find someone who has. And that's your thing. But there also might be companies who say like, okay, I have this running, and I know now how to make videos. So I do not need a content creator anymore.
But no, that's the thing. They would.
Okay, so I misunderstood. So even if they know, they should not concentrate on doing that.
That's one of the things. And the second thing is they're not gonna be as good as I am, no matter how hard they try. They need to focus. I have to, like, first of all, I have a background in marketing, so basically I understand the psychology, and because marketing is pretty much psychology, and I have like more than 10 years of experience in photography, so I mean, and most of the things from photography apply to video editing or whatever, and I also have experience with video editing, so it's kind of hard to replace all of that knowledge with like a free ebook or something like that. The free ebook is actually for, let's say, a business that is starting out, that they they know that they need to produce content, and it's something to get them started so that they could start. And once they are profitable, and of course when they can afford to hire a video editing agency, of course they should reach out and actually hire me for that work.
Right. I think if something for free, if you give out something for free, that's always the best lead magnet you can do, because that's how you can collect emails. If they want something for free from you, then that's a potential customer in my eyes, because they are already interested. And people that have bought or have downloaded your free ebook, most likely by statistics are willing to buy something from you the moment that you release something that is not for free. So that's a very good thing. That's how everyone always operated, like on Twitter back then when I started out. Like they gave out something for free. Like, of course, they first started to have like 1,000. I don't know what's the rates anymore and how the statistics are, but back then it always was, if you have 1,000 followers, then you can slowly start to collect emails of something that you give out for free. So that gives you exposure. And when you reach like 5,000, 6,000 followers, then you can release your own product, which costs, let's say, $20, or your service that is $100. And the first people that you're going to contact are those people who downloaded your free ebook, because those are most likely the people that are going to buy from you.
Yes. So what I'm missing at the moment is the product for prospects.
Mm-hmm.
So at the moment I have the gift, which is the product for getting leads, but I don't have the product for prospects. This should be I don't know, this should be a product that would be like between €1 and, let's say, maybe €10, or at most, let's say, €100.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not ready to do that at this moment. The other thing is I have the core offer, which is basically video editing and script writing. And later on, I mean, depending on how the interaction with the client goes, I would also need to develop products for the clients. So basically, upsell them or things like that.
So
yeah.
firstly, what we need is a core standard offer. How do we're gonna turn the leads into customers, into buying customers?
Okay, so the idea was, like I said, I have something like 7,000 or something like that contacts.
Yeah, fuck the contents. I'm gonna send you something.
Okay.
Contents with like contacts without email, without website, without anything, they are pretty much useless, I think, in my opinion, because it takes a lot of time to go and to find out their email or anything. I don't know. I'm not into that. So check this. Let me know if you can open it.
I need access.
You need access.
Mm-hmm.
C blank at sind.org. Is that your email?
No. Nikola.sionov at first-vibes.com.
Okay, let me send it to you. Yes. Yes. Now try again.
Okay.
So these, my man, I think you know what those are. These are
There's
original.
some of them are German, some of them are American.
Okay, so what I just granted you access for is a list of 100 leads.
Okay.
I think, I don't know, I didn't work with LinkedIn profiles. 7,000 profiles, if they have, might be worth it or not. But here are like 100 leads, which I just randomly took out. And these are based on what I told you, like a freelancer that I hired to do that work for me. There are a few leads, like for example, people that work at Samsung Electronics. It's hard to kind of focus on those people, but there are people that at employees, you see 50 employees or even 11 employees, 9 employees. So these are leads which we have to turn into customers. So here I think it's very useful because you have the emails, you have the phone number, you have everything what you need to close a deal. That's basically it. So exactly. So the websites are the first things what I also checked.
And the first one is not really working.
It's dealer automotive. So in this case, for example, if I was a conversion rate optimizer, I would send them an email. Man, your website is not working. Potential client. You understand?
But okay, so again, okay, let me tell you again what was the idea. So with the my idea was to go to find the contact, regardless whether it's email or whether it's LinkedIn or whatever. Check out their socials, and if they don't have content, or if they have, or even, for example, if they have content and I don't think it's good enough, then what I can do is talk about the content and basically give them record a Loom a message in which I would give them advice on how they can improve or how they can use video content. Send the message, and also in the message also include the lead magnet, which is the ebook. So or no, actually no. Actually ask them to contact me back or to reply, and if they are interested, I would send them the ebook.
So yeah, why not? But like I have the problem that I always I overcomplicated this whole process. So why I sent you this? So just hear me out. It's personally for me. I decided, because I have a little daughter and I still have my 9 to 5, which I don't necessarily want to quit, because first of all, it's good money and I like the people which I work with. I do not have that much time to create strategies like you and to create the whole concept. So I decided the best thing for me would be to start a lead generation agency.
Okay.
In which basically I'm not doing more than what I just sent to you right now. So my offer, for example, would be that with professional web scraping, I will give them full information of potential clients, or potential customers. That's all I'm gonna do. I'm gonna send to them probably they with this sheet, what they also send in Utopia, for you to learn about everything about their customers, to learn about everything. I think you saw that lead generation sheet for onboarding new clients.
I'm not sure, but basically I've downloaded or opened all of the websites or links that were pinned in the lead generation channel.
Yeah, then you know it. Then you know it. So
I know
that's
I
the
have
first.
opened it, but I haven't went through it. It's on my
Basically,
to-do list.
yeah, very important are to-do lists. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna send an email prompt, 2 verses only. I'm gonna help you get new customers in 3 months. Otherwise, you don't pay me. It's easy, right? So the deal with
How many people are you gonna send this? Is it gonna be like 100 people, or is it gonna be in the thousands?
that's the thing. Tomorrow I have an interview with a copyright freelancer from Fiverr. And what I'm gonna do tomorrow is I'm gonna present to him what I want to reach with him, and I'm gonna send him a list of, let's say, 500 leads. And what I want him to do is to generate 5 different templates to see and to test which template works the best. So his task is gonna be to test templates, to see what's the opening rate, to see what's the click rate, to see how much how much time did they spend on that email reading or even clicking the links with like a heat map.
How many contacts are you gonna give him?
100. I think that 100 is the best thing. 100 to test out this, 100 to test out that template, 100 like that guy
Okay,
knows
so
everything about warming up the emails and so
wait,
on and so on.
I've asked this question in Utopia basically when I wanted to do email marketing or basically
Mhm.
outreach, and I had 2 scripts. One was short, one was long, and I've asked like I have 100 leads, basically emails, and I have these 2 scripts. So basically, how can I test which one works best? And they said your sample is too small, and basically you need to invest a lot of money in actually getting all this stuff with the automation and things like that to make it worth it. So this is the answer that I got. Now in your case, I don't know.
So the guy who I'm gonna probably maybe I'm gonna hire is an IT specialist from India
Mm-hmm.
who does not require that much money like that. Indians, you need to know, Indians are the best when it's about anything what it's about IT or marketing or anything around that. They know their stuff, but they do not know more about marketing, like not marketing, about agencies, for example, how it routes, how it works. They don't know. They just know how to create your template and to see if that template generates income.
Yeah.
And basically, I found him on Fiverr, and I said to him like, "Man, I'm gonna be direct to you. I need you for my new agency, my startup. Your task is gonna be to evaluate different copywriting templates. What he is gonna write, he's gonna do all of it, and to present to me the results and the template that generated the best. And the moment I have the template and that result,
So he's gonna do this from his email, or are you gonna give him
no, he's not gonna do this from his email. I'm gonna create an email, like from how do I say, from like one provider, which allows me to send 100 emails maybe for free for testing. I do not necessarily want to buy, like for example, at Mailchimp or Kailivo, I think it's called. So I'm gonna yeah. I'm gonna set up that account. I'm gonna add him as an administrator or as a moderator, and I will have full view at the dashboard about anything, how anything converts, what not, and we're gonna have meeting every 3 days, and he says like this is the best, and more he's not gonna say this is the best, and this is gonna be used to leverage. So the next 100 leads are gonna come in with that template, see how it works there. Like at least there are like little bit lower quality leads, they're good leads, they're not so good leads. So that's one thing. For testing, it's fine. If you generate income, it's fine also. But this is just for testing purposes at the moment. And I think that this is the best thing what you can basically do. And I offered him €50 to provide me a fully working template with proof that people actually click the link or actually write back.
So when do you expect the first results?
That's a good question. I don't know. I have no idea how much time it takes for him to create a template, for him to warm up the emails first, because otherwise, I don't know, end up in spam. So he knows everything about that. And I expect maybe the first results, let's say after 2 weeks, be realistic, 2 weeks. I think 1 week to set up templates. I will set up 5 templates and I will warm up the emails. And then 1 week for testing. After the end of the second week, maybe we have the first results. I don't know.
Okay.
That's the plan. And he said for €50, he will do it, no problem, absolutely no problem.
So basically, for €50, he will create templates. He would write scripts, basically the emails, and send them. Actually, he would also search for leads. He would generate leads, or no?
I will provide him the leads. I will provide him with every information.
But you said you've also paid for that service. How much did it cost you?
I paid $125 euros for a list of 1,900 leads. And yeah, this was a Fiverr, like I told you, Fiverr Pro freelancer. I don't know what that means, but that was like, okay, good, Fiverr Pro. Okay, it sounds good, it looks good, and I will hire. And she asked, like, I asked him on the chat on the website, and she answered me within 10 minutes, 20 minutes.
Okay. My only worry is how good are those leads?
I told you, this is also, for example, I see here for company name, Samsung Electronics with 267,000 employees. There's not much you can move there, you know? But at least you have the context. But the majority of the leads, what I will look for example, 22 employees, 200 employees, 50 employees, even 100 or 500 employees, because they all need new client. It doesn't matter. Even Samsung with 300,000 employees, they need new clients.
Right. Now I'm thinking how I can use this for my business.
Use it, and I'm not like this is for you especially. I deleted from my list those 100 leads. I don't know what you're doing with those.
I mean, we're different industries, so
Yeah,
even if
of
you
course.
contact them,
Yeah, right, right. You got a point, but you understand what I mean for that. So there are even freelancers in those lists. I don't know. I didn't find one yet, but a freelancer I
there
also
was
found.
one with one employee or something like that. Um, but it doesn't really matter. For me, a quality lead is someone who doesn't have video content, or it doesn't have good quality video content. But you need to dig a lot more to get those. So
So what I would do right now is I would just send emails, and if they answer, then the second step afterwards would be to call them. Which personally I struggle with.
I
I
mean,
mean,
I would do anything other than actually calling. For example, if I schedule a meeting through email and then they show up on a call, then no problem. But if I need to call them, cold call, for some reason I have a problem with cold calling. I used to work for a company where, yeah, basically I was the salesman, and I was, among other things, I was also supposed to do the cold calling. And I was in a foreign country calling into a totally different country in a totally different language that I'm not really fluent in.
yeah, man. Cold calling can be horrible, man. That's why first cold email, then cold call. Because if they answer, then yeah. And what I also read on Utopia is, for example, to get them to answer first, to bait them, acting like you were a client. For example, you ask
I
one,
know I've been doing this, and
yeah, then you know what I talk about.
I know. uh,
Like, hey
but
guys, do you
I feel
have a video?
terrible when doing this, to be honest.
Man, I don't know. Like,
So
it's
that's why
very
I was thinking, like, maybe right in the lead gen channel, like if someone is willing to do this whole thing, and basically if I get a client, then I would give, I don't know, if, for example, if the service is like 3,000 euros, then I would give them 1,000 euros if they close the deal. But I don't know if anyone would be interested. Probably this is not actually a lot of money. I think most of them are working with 50, 100,000 of dollars.
yeah. Well, you gotta start and test. That's all what I'm saying. Like, yeah. So that's what I've been like working on the last 1 2 weeks. I just find this the most easy. Like like I am from personality. How should I say? Very comfortable, and honestly, I much rather pay $50 for someone who just generates for me a winning template than for me to get into email marketing and to start to work with to understand the providers of those like for MailChimp, for example, or so on, to see how things work on there, to not fuck up things there. Warming up emails for me is like, I cannot tell you what warming up emails is. So I need to
Yeah,
get into that first, and I'm comfortable, and I much rather have someone even in full time, man. Like,
but again, the question. I mean, I would also consider that, but the question is, what's the return on investment? That's
Right.
what's for example, if I invest in this type of things, well, okay, let's say how much I need to invest, like 200 euros or something like that in lead generation or automation.
Yeah. Like
Um,
only lead generation, $100, I think it's enough to start testing, to invest $100. So that's the thing. I do not
but
I do
there's
not have
also another thing. I need to study that, and there's a lot of things that I need to study, and not to mention that I have to study also for the things that I'm doing right now with video editing and similar things. So the question is, what is the fastest way to get client? Is it so? For example, let's say this is another thing. I'm not sure how much my product would cost, but let's say that probably video. If we're talking just about video editing, then if I charge something like 2,000 euros, 500 euros would be like money that I can invest back into my company. The other, at least 1,500, is like expenses. So basically, getting a client has to cost me less than 500 euros.
your return of investment. I think that it's based on what type of clients you target. If you target a 50 employee client, then you cannot charge them 2,000 or 2,000 euro for your service, you know?
Lowest, I was thinking about, like, the lowest would be 3,000 euros, and going to maybe 7,000.
Sure, why not? And I think, I correct myself. If they have money to pay 50 employees, then probably they have money for a 3,000 service also. So it's
No, actually, I mean, 2,000, 2,000 or 3,000 is basically adding one more employee, basically. More or less, that's how much it costs to get another employee. Now, again, it depends on the company.
yeah, and you do not have to pay that employee month for month. Maybe you pay. Maybe it's a one.
No, I'm just saying, like, an expense, like, in dollar amount. Let's put it like that. So, for example, if here the average salary is, like, let's say 2,000 euros gross, then if I charge them, let's say 2,000 euros, then it's like the same as an expense. It's something similar to adding one more person to their team or something like that, but with the benefit that it's not actually on your payroll, basically.
So it's all about the budget, what budget they have, what company. That's why leads are very important.
So,
Bro, I'm gonna call you back in 5 minutes, all right?
yeah, sure.
Okay.